Hello everyone, this is Citrigan here and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing a special video in celebration of reaching 600 subscribers here on YouTube. And I reached this milestone actually a while ago, a few weeks ago at this point, because I did go to Italy last week, so I was there and I could not film a video. But at this point, the day that I am making this video, I have around 630 subscribers. So before getting into it, I just want to take a moment to thank you all for being here and supporting me, because it really does mean the world to me that you take the time out of your day to watch my videos, and I really do appreciate it. So thank you all so much. And just as a reminder for what the contest is, I'm doing a Your Assumptions About Me contest. So typically this is just where people make assumptions about their YouTuber, like I assume that your favorite color is red, for example. But mine is a contest, so the more assumptions that you get right, the more points you get, and in the end, I will add up all the points, and the person with the most points will get a prize. And that prize will be their OC drawn by me, or if they don't have an OC, then they can request me to draw something else. And just as a note, there are some assumptions where the person includes two things per sentence. So if it's something like that, then if they get one of those things right but they get the other thing wrong, I'll give them half a point. So the first person who made an assumption about me was Clover the Leaf Knight, and she said for her first assumption, I believe you are a dog person, specifically golden retrievers. So this is one of them that has two parts. So it has you're a dog person and golden retrievers, and the first part is correct. I am a dog person. I have two pet dogs at home, and they are golden retriever mixes, so that was actually an incredibly good guess. They're golden retrievers mixed with poodles, I think. So they're golden doodles. But those are actually not my favorite type of dog. My favorite type of dog is French Bulldog, and they're not even really like high on my list. I like French Bulldogs, I like Corgis, I like Huskies and German Shepherds. I like those types of dogs, not as much as golden retrievers. So I am a dog person, but I don't like golden retrievers the most. So I will give her half a point for that assumption. Then her next assumption is, I think you love stuff such as Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter. So this is also half a point because I do love Harry Potter. I have never actually read the books before because since the books are so long, I'm kind of scared of them. But I've watched all the movies multiple times, and I really, really like the movies. And people always say that the books are better than the movies, so I bet I would really, really like the books too if I read them. And I have not watched or read Lord of the Rings, which I know is also like sort of similar in terms of like vibes and stuff. So I think I might like it if I did read or watch it, but since I haven't, I don't know. I think I watched the first movie because it was like The Hobbit and it was about like a dwarf or something. But I was really little and I was kind of bored, so I can't really remember what it was about. So I will give you half a point for that one as well. Then she says, you probably wear scarves and adore fall time. And yes, I do love fall time. It's one of my favorite seasons, actually, because it's a nice temperature outside and the leaves turn red and orange and yellow, which is really nice. And I do have a few scarves, which I do like to wear once it gets cold outside, because I do get cold very easily and I like to stay warm. Then she says, you're probably Christian, which that's kind of a hard thing to answer because my family is Christian and I'm like supposed to be Christian, but we don't really go to church, so I know nothing about Christianity. So like, I can't really believe in something that I don't know about, so I don't know. I would say no to that one as well. And then she says, I think you are quiet and reserved and more of the peacemaker / mom of the friend group. And I am quiet and reserved, at least around most people. Around my friends and my family, I'm pretty loud and obnoxious, but around random people, I'm very quiet and reserved. But I am not a peacemaker or mom of the friend group. I'm probably like the person who causes all of the trouble, so I don't know. That one I would also give her half of a point. So adding up all of Clover's total points, we have 2.5 points for Clover. The next person who made assumptions was Feather Draws, and Feather says, "You love cats." This is true, I do like cats. I don't have any cats because my mom does not like cats, and my dad is apparently allergic to cats, but I've known him for all of my life, and I just figured this out like a few months ago, so I don't think he's actually allergic to cats. But yeah, if I could have a cat, I probably would, because I like reading warrior cats, so I could just have my own little warrior cat, and that would be really cool. You draw in the weirdest positions. This is 100% accurate. If I could give you extra points because of how accurate this is, then I would. But I have like chronic back pain and like knee pain for like sitting on my knees and hunching my back over while drawing. I have the worst posture in the history of existence. So yes, this is also accurate. When you make art where the character is happy or angry, you somehow end up feeling the same way and accidentally start making the same expressions. I'm not sure if this happens. Like, I can't see myself while I'm drawing, obviously, but usually I don't really feel any sort of way while drawing. I know that's kind of strange, but like, usually I just feel like zoned out. I'm just like in the zone, so I'm not really experiencing any strong emotions while drawing. You hate coffee and love tea. This is kind of accurate because I don't like coffee, but I don't really like tea either. I used to like tea, but my mom is like addicted to tea, so I've drank a lot of tea and I sort of like got tired of it. So I no longer like tea very much. But we are from the South, so we drink like sweet tea and not just like normal tea, so I might like normal tea more. But I don't really know because I don't really know what normal tea tastes like because I've just had so much like sweet tea. I don't know. You are very quiet as a person. Once again, this is accurate. I'm pretty quiet around random people, and then around my friends and family, I'm a bit louder, but just in general, I'm more reserved. You love storms. I do love storms. I especially like writing during storms because I like the sound of the rain coming down, and it just gives me like all sorts of vibes. But then I also don't like storms because they have lightning and they cause the electricity to go out. So then my internet no longer works, which is kind of depressing, but for the most part, yes, I do like the vibes that storms bring. You believe in when life gives you lemons, make orange juice. Now, I didn't really know what to think of this one because I've heard the phrase, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade, but I've never heard when life gives you lemons, make orange juice, so I'm not really sure what this means, so I'm just gonna pass on that one. But in total, Feather Draws has 4 points. The next person to participate was Zelda Swiftie, and they said, "You love Zelda." This is obviously correct because I do have lots of Zelda videos on my YouTube channel, and I have played lots of Zelda games. Then they say, "Your favorite in the Zelda franchise is Ocarina of Time," which is surprisingly inaccurate because I have actually never played Ocarina of Time. I've played Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, Age of Calamity, A Link to the Past, and a tiny bit of Skyward Sword, Link's Awakening, and Twilight Princess, but I have never played any of Ocarina of Time. So I cannot say for sure whether I like it or not, or whether it's my favorite. The favorite out of the ones I've played so far is Breath of the Wild. You like Taylor Swift, but you aren't a Swiftie. This one I had a really hard time answering because I've always told myself like I'm neutral towards Taylor Swift, which I do think is true because I used to be an anti-Swiftie and not like Taylor Swift at all, but I do like some of her songs. Like most of the Reputation songs, I like the Reputation album a lot, and I also like the Tortured Pose Department album. So I would say I'm kind of more towards liking her than not liking her, so I'll count that one as correct. Your favorite color is blue. This is not right, but this is super duper close. Blue is my second favorite color, like dark blue, like the color of the ocean and stuff. I like dark blue, but my favorite color is black, which if you know me, you know I love black. I'm wearing black right now while I'm filming this, but I obviously can't show you that, so you'll just have to believe me. Trust, guys. You like to listen to the rain. This goes into feathers, which is you like storms. But I do like to listen to the rain, and I listen to the rain while I am writing, and it just gives me all of those great vibes. You like sparkles. I I actually do not like sparkles. I'm not really sure what you mean by this. I think you mean like glitter? I don't know. Because glitter is sparkly, you know? But glitter is like super duper messy. And I don't like messy things. So when I think of sparkles, I think of glitter. And when I think of glitter, I think of messes. And I just start like spiraling downwards. So I would not say that I like glitter. You like to read. This is true. I do love to read. I have all the Warrior Cat books except for the Super Editions on my bookshelf right here. And then I do have all of the Wings of Fire books, which I have read. And I'm reading more. I'm always reading. I'm a big bookworm. I love books. You like manga. I do like manga. The first Wings of Fire book I actually read was a manga. And before reading that, I actually had never read any comic books or graphic novels before. My friend was like, yo, you should read this. It's about dragons. I was like, it's a comic book. I don't read comic books. She's like, you should read it anyway. I'm like, okay. So then I read that, and then I read the rest of Wings of Fire, and since then I have read lots of books and graphic novels alike. You like the Wings of Fire book series? Yes, this is obviously true. As I've been saying, I've read all of the Wings of Fire books, and it is my favorite book series so far. Close to Warrior Cats, which is in second place. You like to show your artwork to your friends. This is also true sometimes to a very excessive and annoying point. I'm pretty sure almost every time I finish a drawing, I just like share it to my group chat and I'm like, yo, look at my drawing! And they're probably like so annoyed with me, but whatever. And yes, I have YouTube to share my drawings, so yeah. I wouldn't be sharing them with y'all guys if I didn't enjoy doing that. You draw during any spare time you have. This is true for the most part, because especially during school, I like to draw because drawing takes less time for me than something else does that requires more attention, like writing. And I don't have to be very focused in order to just sit down and draw some. So I do like to draw a lot during my spare time. But if I'm not drawing, I like to read or write. So that's all of Zelda Swiftie's assumptions, and they have 8 correct in total. The next person to make assumptions is icecubedepenguin, and they say, I assume you have a house. This one, I'm gonna count it as incorrect, because what my parents always say is, this is not your house, young lady, it's our house. So, yeah. It's our house, my parents own it, but I do live in the house? I don't know. You like dragons. This is true, because I like to draw dragons as well, and I like to read about dragons, which are in Wings of Fire, which is my favorite book series, so that all ties together. And you use an iPad to draw your art. I do use an iPad to draw my art. I also use an Apple Pencil. I have my iPad with Procreate open, and I draw on Procreate with an Apple Pencil. So that is how I do my art. So icecubedepenguin has a total of 2 correct assumptions. Moving on to the next, we have Mary Darling. And they say, girl, which I mean, I'm not really sure what this means. When I first read it, I thought she was just saying like, girl, because it has XD, so laughing emoji. So, I don't know. But I guess she's saying like, I am a girl, which I am, so that would be correct. Started drawing at around 7 or 8. And, I mean, I don't know how old I was when I started drawing, but I've always been told I've been drawing since I was like 5 or 6, like when I was really, really little. So, a tiny bit before that, but really, really close. Watch a lot of Bellosaurus or Cypress. I do not watch Bellosaurus actually, which is kind of strange because I know lots of other people do. I feel like Bellosaurus is more into the gaming and Roblox though, because they have like their avatars on Roblox Wings of Fire. So I'm not as into that as into just like the drawing stuff, so I watch more Cypress than Bellosaurus. Developed art style through a lot of trial and error. This is true, because I have changed my art style many different times before, and I'm still working on it right now, and I just remembered I need to film a video about me changing my art style, because I've made a lot of changes, especially while I was in Italy, so I'll need to do that. Thank you for reminding me. Works really hard on videos. I can't really say this objectively because I am subjective in my own opinion, but I do think that I work relatively hard on videos. More than other people do. But, I mean, I don't know how much other people work on videos. But usually, of course, I have my drawings in my videos, which take anywhere from like 2 to 8 or maybe even more than 10 hours, depending on what I'm drawing. But I'm working on reducing the time it takes me to draw. And then editing the video, if I make a short, it usually takes me like 15 minutes or so. If I make like a more complicated short, it might take like 30 minutes. And then if I make like a long form video, like how I'm doing right now, it'll take me like an hour to like apply the different visuals on screen and then like do the captions, which I swapped to auto captions, which is faster, but then I have to go back through and see if all the auto captions are correct, which requires me watching the duration of the video, which will probably be like 20 or more minutes for this video, and then rewatching it over again to just make sure everything's correct. So yeah, for long form videos, it usually takes me like multiple hours to make them. So I would consider that to be a lot of effort. And Mary Drawing has a total of 3.5 points. The last person to make assumptions about me was Lilo Landon, and they said, "You're a hardcore theater kid, like obsessed with musicals to an excessive point," which I am a theater kid. I love theater, and I was really, really upset that I couldn't be in Guys and Dolls because I had to go to Italy. But theater is my passion, so that is definitely correct. I am a hardcore theater kid, or at least I would consider myself to be. If you could, you would own a lot of different types of pets. This is actually probably not right, because I think of like different varieties of pets that people have, like mice, guinea pigs, hamsters, lizards, bearded dragons, all of those like exotic pets, and I feel like I'm not really into exotic pets. I would just have like a cat, a dog, a fish, maybe. I don't know. I feel like I'd have more like normal pets, so I'm not really sure if that one is as accurate as some of the other ones are. You seem like more of a beach person than a mountains person. And I do like going to the beach. I like the sand and the water and being in the waves and splashing around and snorkeling and seeing all of the animals. And I've never been to the mountains before, but I do feel like if I went there, I would like it a lot, but I'm not sure if I would like it more than the beach. Because in my opinion, nothing can really beat the beach. It's absolutely amazing there. They say that I'm a dog person, which is correct because, once again, I do have 2 dogs, which are golden doodles. You prefer Christmas over Halloween. I'm not exactly sure if this is right. I know Christmas is more like hyped up, but I actually don't really like Christmas a lot. My family gets on to me because of this, because I'm such a bah humbug, as they like to say. But I'm not a huge fan of Christmas. But I'm not a huge fan of Halloween either. I feel like I'm just like not a big holiday person in general. I don't know. I just prefer things to be like normal. But I don't know. Christmas gives me a long break from school, so I appreciate that. And it also gives me presents. And a chance to give presents to other people. So that's pretty cool. But I wouldn't exactly consider that to be correct. I think I like Halloween and Christmas an equal amount, because I don't like either of them a lot at all. That sounds extremely depressing, but like, I don't know. And then they say you're more into pop, punk, or indie music. And I'm not really sure, like, what the genres of music are, despite the fact that I am a theater kid, because like, the only songs that I know really are songs from the musicals that I've been in. So, I don't know. The types of music that I listen to are like Fall Out Boy and Imagine Dragons, so if you consider that to be pop, punk, or indie, which I think maybe punk because like emo, you know? I feel like I consider those to be more emo, so yeah, I would consider that to be correct. And those are all of Lilo Landon's assumptions, so they have a total of 4 correct assumptions. And now I'm going to add all of them up and create a tier list. So, let's get into that.
1 minute later.
So, here I am, and I have created the tier list to make sure that we know who is the winner of the contest and who will win a picture of their OC drawn by me. And honestly, if you've been paying attention, you should already know who it is, but I'll announce it anyway, just for the dramatic appeal. In 6th place, we have icecubedepenguin with 2 points. In 5th place, we have Clover the Leaf Knight with 2.5 points. Thank you so much for participating anyways, Clover. You did a really good job, and I appreciate you making assumptions about me and engaging with the content. In 4th place, we have Lilo Landon with 3 points. And then for the top 3, we have Feather with 4 points, Mary Darling with 4.5 points, and in 1st place, we have Zelda Swiftie with 8 points. So Zelda Swiftie, I know that you do not have an OC, but if you would like me to draw something for you, then you may leave that in a comment down below, and I will draw it for you in the video if you would like. I have drawn some things for you already because I did suspect that you would win the contest before I created this video. So I will be releasing that video soon, and maybe that could also count for that, but I'm not exactly sure. You'll have to see what it is. It's a nice surprise for you for being one of my most loyal subscribers. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed, please make sure to like and subscribe because it always helps me out so much when you do, and I really, really appreciate it. It means so much to me that you are here to watch my videos and support me. And I hope that you had a great time watching this video because I love to be here and entertain y'all. I hope that you have a great rest of your day, and always remember that I love you, and I will see you later. Goodbye!